Yeah, that's on the list. I'm trying to figure out what else is good to lists and very simple, you know. Here you go. Hey, I found it. I found a bag of Cheetos, not the Cheetos. You know, the size of the bag would have been, you know, like you get for, you know, you get like 4 ounces out of this thing. Oh my God, it was so good. It was absolutely industrial. You got it.
Oh my gosh. I'm live. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so do you remember the eclipse that we had back in 2017, August 21st?
Yeah.
It was the 5 of clubs. I'm having some chocolate. It's fallen into the late afternoon here in Colorado. It's very sunny, and I've just been on my butt too long. I've actually gone on to my It Is Kismet website, and I've learned the editing process, and I'm changing a bunch of things. So anyway, I look at this as a report card. So if we look back to that 5 of clubs event, and so here's the United States. I don't know what this looks like too, but let's say Oregon is over here. It went across the nation like this. And in 2024, we're going to have another eclipse that makes an X. 2024. So we're getting really close. That chocolate is so good. Cocoa nibs. Mint. So I was looking on my blog. I was like, oh my gosh, I should write some blogs. But who reads blogs anymore? I don't know. This is my blog. So let's bring the blog out from way back then. And let's look at it. I'm really sorry. I know this might be irritating. My daughter hates it when I do that. Let's look at it as a report card and let's see how we're doing. So from 2017 to 2024 is 7 years, right? And we're almost 5 years into it. So we're getting really close to being on the other side. 7 years. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. We're finishing a Saturn year. And yeah, it's been really hard. It's been really hard. It's been very hard on our dear country. So my fellow Americans, how's it going? It's hard, I know. So what is the 5 of clubs about? What was the point of that eclipse? And no, I don't know. Let's look it up. Eclipse of 2024, and let's see when it's going to happen. Oh, yeah. So the 5 of clubs is a change of mind, awakening, research, a new perspective, curiosity. It's a difficult hand. Not going to lie to you. It's very tricky to be a 5 of clubs. Can I hear it from you? It's really hard. Speaking of awakening, there's a very interesting conversation I'm overhearing there. April 8th, King of Diamonds. I love the King of Diamonds. That will be the arrival into integrity and wholeness. Okay, so how are we doing on this 5 of clubs? So, was our comfort zone, was our moon card that we were comfortable being successful, comfortable being busy, or do we take a big emotional blow where we had to redefine success? See, that's what I see when the 10 of Spades shows up. It doesn't mean you're going to be really busy and successful. If your horses aren't all lined up, to give you that horsepower, you might just fall into some very heavy duty despair, because kinetic energy that isn't being used can turn into depression really easily. So we all went through that, right? A couple of years ago. So if it's our Saturn year, then we're dealing with 5 of spades this year, conceivably. I'm not sure. I'm just like throwing out ideas here. Okay, so how many of us have changed our minds or changed our perspective since 2017? How many of us have gone through an awakening?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
How many see things radically differently than they did before?
it's such a sad thing.
The Mercury card is the 3 of diamonds. So yes, that's Donald Trump's card. It's Bernie Sanders' card. It's George Washington's card. If you know who Corey Good is, 2/22 is his birthday, 3 of diamonds. So it's a card really of sovereignty. Somebody who has an ideal perspective, they're very defined, very clear about their boundaries, very strong sense of self. So have we communicated, since it's Mercury, have we communicated ourselves with more boldness and clarity to those around us? And I think yes, and it was really ugly. And we were like this for years. And it was really, really awful. And I think we're coming into a softening. And really, the 3 of diamonds, the very first image I got of this card, it can be a set of values that are fighting. The illusion is that we have different values. We have very similar values, these 2 didactics that have been fighting. And 3s are always like, there are 2 things fighting and then there's a resolution. But when you look at the diamonds per se, there's no directionality to the cards. The 3 of clubs, see how there's a directionality to the pips and they're moving apart? They move apart from each other. Diamonds, that's not the case. The 3 of all diamonds look the same. So to me, it's like, let's put our values on the table. There's more flexibility, more of a conversation about values, I think. What's really important? Can we be more flexible in our conversation? And maybe when we're done with this 7-year period, I feel like we're over the hump, because I think at least people are choosing love in this time of division. We want the same things, even if there's a very different set of beliefs about what's actually going on. Okay, what is our Venus card? Ace of Spades. We've had to really declare our sovereignty and our selfhood in the context of relationship. There's been a lot of changing up of relationships over the last 5 years. So we're just going back to 2017. Truly was the birth, especially those of you who know what October 28th, 2017 represents. That was a real birth of the 5 of clubs energy. Awakening and awareness. So there was a defining of the self in the context of relationship. Man, if you go back and you look at my blog, of course, none of this had happened. And you go onto my website and look for the blog and look at that as like, wow, how telling was that of what our challenges would be at that first crossing, that first eclipse. Mars, 7 of hearts. Have we had to forgive the masculine? Have we had to look at past life betrayal? Have we had to look at like Atlantis? Our nation, our past life nation is Atlantis. And do we need to come into having a passion for divine love? The 7 of hearts, all 7s, make you choose a side. It makes you align with the spirit. You're coming along here and you hit this obstacle. It's what the pips look like. Here, I'll find a 7.
Right.
So you're going down this path. You hit an obstacle. That's attachment. You have to get up over it. So what is our attachment? What are our attachments in relationships? Our needs and expectations make demons of others. And that's our shit, not theirs. So I just in my personal life, I found an immense ability finally, just in the past 3 or 4 months to be able to let go of the whole realm of expectations and to really do my own emotional healing. The karma card to the 7 of Hearts is the 8 of Hearts, which is emotional healing. So I think with a lot of the challenges that we've been presented with in the last 5 years, it's driven a lot of people inward. We're really working that hand. We really, really are. This is so relevant. Okay. And it could be 7 of Hearts disappointment in career too. You know, it's like, ooh, big change. But that's been so key for so many people. 7 of Diamonds in Jupiter.
Has it really been that long? I'm that old.
The discovery of the unique value of the individual is the 7 of Diamonds. And that's the Jupiter, that's the expansion, that's the guru. What do I really want to do? Maybe I don't like that job. Maybe we can all do this from home. You know, that was one kind of really big theme. But I think we've all been reevaluating what's really important to us. And does this fit my unique shape and my destiny and what I really want to be doing? Is this a good fit? So expansion into the recognition. This is another thing that's become more clear is because of the tensions we've been experiencing in the granular is me and my daughter. Seeing, being on different sides of everything since 2017, since late October of 2017, it began a divergence. We've had to gain an appreciation for the unique journey of the other person and say, maybe I don't have any respect for those you ascribe to or follow, but I have respect for you. I trust you, your unique divine capacity to connect with your soul journey, your own individual purpose. We're getting to purpose. Saturn, 5 of Spades, travel and movement, variety, fun, and adventure was Saturn, right? Really challenged in that regard, really hamstrung. But also change is very difficult. Okay, so there's an awakening of the mind, an awakening of awareness. But then the 5 of Spades challenges us to make it physical, make it real, make that change in your real life. The Jack of Hearts is the Uranus card. So the humanitarian card is the Christ card. And I think we've all been really challenged to, in very different ways. We've all been challenged to, well, no, I'm not going to say challenge. No matter what your belief structure is about who the bad guys are, we've all come to a more deeply held conviction that human life is precious. And we all care. In fact, they've used that as a wedge to divide us. You care more about humanity and they don't care, and their behavior demonstrates they don't care. You care more about humanity, and their lack of awareness is going to be the death of us all. We've said that to each other. So they've used so what's the common element? Humanity, the care for humanity, love. And they're trying to use that against us to divide us, but really love is bigger. And the video made on my other channel was all about that, choosing a higher path, transcending with love, come from the heart, know that each individual is doing the best that they can, and they see things the way they see things because that's how they see things. They're not doing it to offend you. It's just where they're at. Are they bringing their love? Are they bringing their integrity to it? And when we finally arrive at the second eclipse, April 8th of 2024, that is the King of Diamonds. Have we arrived through this adventure of development into the King of Diamonds? And, okay, so I didn't talk about the Nine of Clubs yet. That's Neptune. That's the opening up of our consciousness and perhaps more communion with galactics, our galactic family. I'm not going to call them aliens, because we're starting to know that, oh, we are them, or we come from them, or I'm the one of them that decided to incarnate here and they've been helping me all along. That Nine of Clubs really expands out the crown chakra. And I think, there's been a lot of awareness, growing of awareness and consciousness. Nine of Spades is the Pluto card, and we're not quite there yet. There will be, I think, major deaths of a lot of things that haven't quite died yet, because we're not quite done with the energy of this eclipse until, I think, this other X happens. So a lot of things are going to come to an end. And that's true in our personal lives as well. There's been a, I'm done with this energy. I want this anymore. I'm done with this. The eclipses and stuff that happened like last November were really, sorry, that's my husband having a uproarious conversation with his son. Okay, then we have the Two of Hearts as a cosmic reward. Intimacy with the self, but also maybe a beloved, finally coming into loving relationship as a reward. King of Hearts challenge is grow up. Grow up. That's what my video on my other channel is called. And we're coming into the 13th week of the year tomorrow, which is a King of Hearts week. So it's going to be time to grow up and really dig deep for maturity. Then the King of Diamonds. Maybe another transformation card. So Jupiter, Saturn. That's what we call it. King of Diamonds, Jupiter, yeah, Saturn. So the final Saturn card, or the final challenge transformation, would be the Six of Hearts. So maybe we've got some karma. The Six of Hearts is Donald Trump's karma card. It's karmic relationships with other people. It's a destined relationship. It's, I don't know. Maybe introducing some new relationships to us that we have to resolve the karma around. So that's all. That's how are we doing? I think we're doing pretty darn good. We're not done with this class yet. I would say we're 3/5 of our way done. Let's say 5/7. And I think we're doing okay. I mean, that's, from where I'm sitting, I'm seeing a higher level of consciousness. We as a nation we haven't suffered like our forebears did. And this has caused us to grow up in ways that we just really seriously needed to grow up. And I see some edges that still need to be filed off, and I'm working on those in myself too, like every day. Because my partner and I are on different sides of the debate, and I'm not going to tell you which is which. If you know me, you know, but I don't want to bring that into this channel. But I just want to acknowledge that it's in everybody's family. So isn't that great? Isn't that amazing that we're having to learn how to love, how to connect, how to really differentiate? So, the book Passionate Marriage is the most excellent work I've ever seen on differentiation. Also, the book Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg really helps you get clear about communicating your truth. And what you really want is empathy. So you can't beat it out of somebody. So find it for yourself first. Another really good book is Byron Katie's The Work, Do the Work, or go to her website, byronkatie.com, and do your work. Okay, happy rest of the Jack of Clubs day. Thank you for watching. I love this group so much. Bye-bye.